Do you know that storing vegetables incorrectly can silently harm your health? Especially if you are over 60 years old, many elderly people are very careful in choosing food, hoping to support their heart health, reduce inflammation, and maintain mental sharpness. However, even the healthiest diet can be undone by improper vegetable storage. So which vegetables should never be refrigerated? Garlic and sweet potatoes. When refrigerated, they lose their natural flavor and can cause harm to your health. On the contrary, there are also vegetables that must be kept cold to preserve their health benefits. These are onions, peppers, and leafy greens. They should always be stored in the refrigerator to prevent harmful bacteria from growing. Did you know that refrigerating onions can make them last up to 5 times longer? This means you can enjoy fresh onion flavor in your salads and dishes for a longer period of time. Keeping peppers and leafy greens in the refrigerator can help reduce food waste by extending their shelf life. Plus, it can help prevent food poisoning as harmful bacteria thrive at room temperature. So if you want to stay healthy and reduce the risk of food poisoning, remember to store your vegetables properly. Always wash your hands thoroughly before and after handling food, and avoid cross-contamination between raw and cooked foods. By following these simple tips, you can help ensure that your body gets the nutrients it needs to stay healthy. Today, we reveal 3 types of vegetables you should never store in the refrigerator, and 3 types you must keep cold to protect your body, maintain energy, and enhance quality of life. 1. Garlic. Garlic has been valued for centuries, not only for its flavor, but also for its healing power. For many older adults, garlic is a daily habit. A clove of garlic added to soup, stir-fried with hot dishes, or even eaten raw to boost heart health. But what most people do not know is that putting garlic in the refrigerator can silently strip away its valuable properties. Garlic is a hardy bulb that naturally stores in a cool, dry, well-ventilated environment. When you place garlic in the refrigerator, especially when unpeeled, you unintentionally disrupt this natural balance. Moisture and cold temperatures encourage garlic to sprout early. On the outside, this may not seem like a problem, but inside, something more concerning is happening. The delicate balance of compounds that give garlic its antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties is being compromised. Over time, refrigerated garlic loses its potency, becoming a shadow of its former self. To preserve the health benefits of garlic, it's crucial to store it properly. Keep the peeled cloves in a cool, dark, well-ventilated area. By doing so, you'll maintain its nutritional integrity and ensure that each bite offers the full spectrum of health benefits. Do not forget to watch the next 2 videos to find out which vegetables you should never store in the refrigerator and which ones you should keep cold. See you in the next video. If you store garlic in the refrigerator, you are literally killing its power. The sprouting process breaks down allicin, the main compound that gives garlic its anti-inflammatory, cholesterol-lowering, and strong immune-boosting powers. A natural medicine that once protected older adults now becomes weaker, tastes bitter, and is harder to digest. The flavor becomes sharp, the texture changes, and worst of all, you no longer receive garlic's benefits such as heart protection, improved circulation, or reduced inflammation in aching joints. But that's not the only risk. Many people accidentally store minced garlic in oil, thinking it's convenient. However, when this mixture is kept cold without enough acidity or preservatives, it becomes the perfect environment for Clostridium botulinum, a highly dangerous bacteria that causes food poisoning, which can lead to paralysis and even death. Older adults with weaker immune systems are at even higher risk. And this is the price you pay for simply putting a precious food in the wrong place, losing health, losing safety, and silently losing a tool that could help you recover every day. The good news is, you can restore garlic's power by respecting its natural properties. Store whole garlic bulbs in a mesh bag or basket, away from sunlight and moisture. Keep them dry so garlic can breathe, and it will continue protecting your health. But garlic is not the only vegetable affected by cold storage. The next one is sweet, nutritious, and often misunderstood. And when chilled, it not only loses its flavor, but can even turn into something harmful instead of helpful. Let's talk about sweet potatoes. If you're still watching and find this information useful, please comment the number 1 below to let me know you're following along. Now let's move to the second point, sweet potatoes. 2. Sweet potatoes. For many older adults, sweet potatoes are not just a comforting dish, but a symbol of warmth, home, and nourishment. But few know that storing sweet potatoes in the refrigerator can silently erase these benefits. You see, sweet potatoes are rich in fiber, potassium, and slow-digesting carbohydrates that help regulate blood sugar, support digestion, and provide gentle energy. Any older adult can appreciate this. But when sweet potatoes are exposed to low temperatures, the internal chemical structure starts to change. The complex starches that are so good for your heart health and steady energy begin converting into simple sugars. And when you bake or roast sweet potatoes afterward, those sugars react under high heat and create a chemical compound linked to an increased risk of cancer. A food you once thought was healing and nutritious can now become harmful. And it doesn't stop there. Cold temperatures also damage the cell walls of sweet potatoes, making them grainy in texture and causing the flesh to darken, signs of oxidation and nutrient loss. The once vibrant orange-yellow flesh, rich in beta-carotene, which protects your eyes, starts fading, not just in color, but also in health benefits. A food that could stabilize your blood pressure, ease digestion, and provide lasting energy can now do the opposite, leaving you with digestive issues, fluctuating blood sugar levels, and a higher risk of cancer. Onions, sweet potatoes, they're best stored in a cool, dark, dry place, like a pantry or cupboard. When stored properly, sweet potatoes stay firm, flavorful, and full of the nutrients your body needs and deserves. If sweet potatoes can become a risk when chilled, what about other vegetables that change not only chemically, but also in bacterial risks? The next one may be sitting in your kitchen right now. When refrigerated, it not only spoils, but also creates conditions for bacteria to grow. Something our older immune systems should not have to deal with. Let's talk about onions. 3. Onions. There is a quiet wisdom in the way we cook. The ingredients we reach for without thinking, the habits formed over many years. For many older adults, onions are one such ingredient always available, adding flavor and depth to every dish. But what if something as ordinary as storing onions in the refrigerator is silently harming your health? At first glance, it seems harmless. You peel an onion, use half, and put the rest in the refrigerator. Or maybe you store a whole onion in the crisper drawer, thinking the cold will keep it fresh. But onions are naturally protected by a papery outer layer that shields them from moisture and light when kept in a dry place. By contrast, the refrigerator is entirely unsuitable, cold, damp, and closed. But did you know there's a secret danger lurking within these seemingly harmless greens? As vegetables age, so do their cells. Over time, they develop tiny holes filled with harmful bacteria and toxins. While our bodies are equipped to fight off these invaders, as we age, our immune systems become weaker, leaving us more vulnerable to illness. And here's the twist. The culprit behind this cellular aging is none other than light. Yes, the same light that gives these greens their vibrant color also accelerates their spoilage. As soon as these vegetables see the light of day, a race against time begins. Bacteria and toxins start seeping in through those tiny holes, weakening the plant's defenses and compromising its freshness. But there's a silver lining. By refrigerating leafy greens, we can slow down this cellular aging process. The cold temperature acts as a shield, creating a hostile environment for bacteria and toxins, keeping them out and preserving the vegetable's freshness and nutrition. So, for all you older adults out there, remember to give your leafy greens the royal treatment they deserve. Store them in the refrigerator to keep them fresh, safe, and ready to nourish your body. Now let's move on to the next point. Health tips for older adults. 3 types of vegetables that must be refrigerated if you do unwanted health risks, Part 2. Cut vegetables. Have you ever sliced open an onion or chopped some carrots for a salad only to find them wilted, discolored, and smelling funny the next day? Yep, we've all been there. But here's the secret truth about cut vegetables that you probably didn't know. Exposing them to air creates tiny holes that become gateways for bacteria and toxins to enter, causing them to spoil faster and potentially make you sick. But wait, there's more. These tiny holes also let moisture escape, resulting in wilted veggies that are not only unappetizing, but also a breeding ground for mold and bacteria. Even if you store them properly, cut vegetables only last a few days, not weeks. That's because when you cut into a vegetable, you activate enzymes that break down its cells, making it go bad faster. This means you'll have to throw away more food and waste money. Plus, you'll miss out on those veggies' valuable nutrients. To avoid this, refrigerate your veggies whole and only cut what you need right before eating. This way, you'll reduce bacterial growth, preserve their nutrients, and save money. Remember, proper storage is key to keeping your veggies fresh and safe. So don't be fooled by those cut veggie containers at the grocery store. Choose whole veggies and cut them yourself. It's the best way to ensure you're getting the most out of your food. Now, let's move on to the next point. Health tips for older adults. 3 types of vegetables that must be refrigerated if you do unwanted health risks, Part 3. Sprouted vegetables. Have you ever tossed a salad with sprouted broccoli only to notice a few unappetizing sprouts the next day? Well, those sprouts aren't just for looks. They're actually signs of accelerated aging. When vegetables sprout, it means they're starting to grow. And while that sounds healthy, it can actually be dangerous for certain vegetables. Sprouting activates enzymes that break down nutrients, making them less effective. Plus, sprouting veggies are more susceptible to bacterial and fungal growth, which can cause illness. To prevent this, refrigerate your veggies as soon as you get home from the store. This slows down enzyme activity and reduces the risk of bacterial growth. Just remember, proper storage can keep your veggies fresh, safe, and nutritious. So don't be fooled by those pretty packages at the grocery store. Refrigerate your veggies and enjoy them at their best. If you found this video helpful, please comment the number 1 below to let me know you're following along. And don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips. Thank you for watching. Carrots, an all-star for bone health, are packed with vitamin A, crucial for healthy vision and skin. But here's a little-known fact. This superstar nutrient is rapidly destroyed by light, heat, and air exposure. Once carrots are harvested, their vitamin A starts to diminish. Within just 2 weeks, 50% of it is gone. And after 4 weeks, more than a third of the carrot's vitamin A is lost. That's a significant loss considering its vital role in our bodies. But that's not all. Carrots are also a good source of potassium, magnesium, and fiber. These are important for maintaining healthy blood pressure, supporting our immune system, and aiding digestion. However, did you know that these nutrients are also sensitive to environmental factors? Exposure to light, heat, and air can degrade these nutrients, making them less effective. Furthermore, improper storage can lead to sprouting and decay. Have you ever seen those tiny green sprouts emerging from your carrots? Not only do they look unappealing, but they also signal the beginning of the end for your carrot's nutritional value. Sprouting is a natural process triggered by exposure to light and warmth, and it leads to a loss of essential nutrients. Once the sprouting begins, there's no turning back. The carrot's fate is sealed, becoming wilted, discolored, and rotten over time. The longer carrots are stored improperly, the greater the loss of nutrients and the higher the risk of sprouting. The result is not just wilted, discolored, and rotten carrots, but a diminished nutritional intake and potential health issues. So how should we store carrots properly? Ideally, store carrots in a cool, dark place. Keep them away from direct sunlight and heat sources. If you must refrigerate carrots, wrap them in a plastic bag and store them in the crisper drawer. Remember, Proper storage not only preserves the quality and appearance of your carrots, but also ensures that you get the most out of their nutritional benefits. Just like leafy greens, carrots are a gift of nature, and we must treat them with care to truly enjoy their full potential. Before we reveal the third vegetable, let's check in with those of you still watching. Comment the number 2 below if you're still following along. Let's keep going. The third vegetable is tomatoes. Tomatoes are bursting with lycopene, a powerful antioxidant linked to many health benefits. Despite their tough exterior, tomatoes are delicate. Their cell walls break down quickly after picking, releasing nutrients into the surrounding environment. Without proper care, these valuable nutrients can be lost, degrading the tomato's quality and diminishing its nutritional value. Improper storage can also lead to unwanted changes in texture and appearance. Tomatoes are highly sensitive to temperature fluctuations and humidity levels. Exposure to high temperatures or low humidity can result in wilting, softening, and even rotting. Imagine biting into a juicy, ripe tomato and finding that it's wilted and soggy instead of firm and fresh. It's a disheartening experience that can quickly turn a delicious meal into a disappointment. But there's more. Tomatoes are not just a culinary delight, they're a nutritional powerhouse. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for our well-being. Among them, lycopene stands out as a significant player in promoting healthy skin, boosting the immune system, and reducing the risk of certain diseases. However, once these nutrients start to degrade, the protective and disease-fighting qualities of tomatoes are compromised. We're left with diminished health benefits and a less satisfying eating experience. So what's the best way to store tomatoes? Refrigerate them promptly after purchase. Keep them away from direct sunlight and heat sources. Store them in a cool, dry place. Remember, proper storage not only ensures that your tomatoes last longer, but also that you get the most out of their nutritional goodness. Stay tuned for more insights by subscribing. They're always ready to serve your health exactly as nature intended. This green vegetable is famous for its cancer-fighting and anti-inflammatory powers. Many older adults trust it to help them stay healthy and active as they age. But if left outside the refrigerator, it quickly turns bitter, mushy, and nearly useless for both meals and health. Here's why. Broccoli is often called a superfood, and not without reason. It's one of the most nutrient-rich vegetables available, containing plenty of fiber, calcium, and a special compound called sulforaphane, which is famous for its anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, and detoxifying effects. Especially for older adults, broccoli is a quiet protector of health, shielding cells from damage, reducing joint inflammation, and supporting digestion. But all these benefits depend on one simple thing: storing broccoli in the refrigerator. Broccoli is more fragile than you think. Though it looks sturdy with thick stems and tight florets, its internal chemistry starts changing the moment it's harvested. Once removed from the cold environment of the farm or store, time and temperature become its greatest threats. Left at room temperature, even just a day or two, broccoli begins losing moisture and breaking down. Its fresh green color fades to dull yellow. The texture becomes mushy, and most importantly, sulforaphane, the main reason many eat broccoli, starts to decline. This powerful compound is very sensitive to heat and air exposure. Without refrigeration, it quickly breaks down, stripping broccoli of its protective power. For older adults, losing this nutrient isn't just about diet. It's a profound loss. Broccoli isn't just food, it's fuel for aging systems, the immune system, bones, digestion, even the brain. What you're about to learn might surprise you. As we get older, our bodies need more protective compounds to stay healthy. And one of the best sources is broccoli. But here's the catch. Without these protective compounds, the body becomes more vulnerable, less resilient. Day after day, when broccoli isn't stored properly, its support diminishes, and eventually the price is paid. Broccoli left out too long not only loses health benefits, but also becomes hard to eat, bitter, pungent, even unpleasant. For older adults with sensitive appetites, digestive issues, or poor eating habits, this makes one of the most nutritious vegetables less appealing. That leads to skipped meals, nutrient loss, and gradually declining health, exactly where broccoli could have helped. But the good news is, it doesn't take much effort to store it correctly. Keep broccoli in the refrigerator, unwashed, in a breathable produce bag, cold but not sealed too tightly it needs to breathe. Use it within a few days after purchase to preserve its natural nutrients. When stored properly, broccoli not only nourishes the body, but also helps it defend itself. It keeps you strong, sharp, and ahead of the silent changes of aging. I don't share this from a place of fear, I share from experience. Like many of you, I grew up believing the refrigerator was the safest place in the kitchen. We were taught that cold meant clean, fresh, and protected. But the truth is more complex. Cold preserves some things, but destroys others. Understanding the difference, especially as we age, is not just nice to know. It's necessary. Your body today is not your body 20 years ago. And that's not something to be sad about. It's something to respect. Your body is working harder every day to keep you alive. The least we can do is give it the right tools. And that begins with how we handle food. So, starting today, I encourage you to open your refrigerator and pantry. Look again with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, is this food in the right place? Not by habit, but by science. Move what needs moving. Throw out what may have spoiled. Create a system that serves the body you have now, not the body you had years ago. Small changes like keeping broccoli fresh or letting garlic breathe can make a big difference in how you feel. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with your loved ones, children, or neighbors. People who may not know that leafy greens don't just wilt with time, but with improper storage. You never know who you might help avoid illness or improve their health simply by storing food correctly. We all deserve to age with strength, clarity, and independence. And if changing how we store food helps us achieve that, even just a little, then it's a change worth making. Because in the end, food isn't just fuel, it's care. And your body, at every age, deserves proper care. These lessons are meant